Well, it looks like we finally know something about the Dr. Disrespect drama, and I can stop acting like I'm on TMZ every day. Watch the video, like and subscribe!
Oh, hey, Wangless.
Holy shit, thank you, Wangless.
We're obviously on the last line.
Wangless, and I kind of hope it's Wangless.
So, since everyone else is just going to reiterate what I'm saying, I'll keep it very short. Dr. Disrespect was banned. No one really knows why. People are just speculating wildly. And it was very important because he's the biggest streamer on the platform, arguably. There's probably a couple other people that technically are bigger. However, he's clearly the cultural face of what's popular right now. And it seemed very odd that they would just ban him like this. The Thanos snap. I've done 2 videos on it, and I'm going to milk it to the bone, baby! Today, he had an interview with PC Gamer. It's an exclusive interview. I don't know why it's exclusive. And the more cynical part of me wants to think that it's actually just like a marketing stunt, and it's not really what the reason is for the ban, and that means that I'm just too old. And if you're not cynical like me, enjoy your youth, children, because the world is a horrible place, and it's full of darkness and despair! Sorry, I think 2020 is getting to me a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I think 2020 is getting me like this much. In the interview, I'm going to read some excerpts, and we can actually discuss what that means and try to glean any other information about Twitch, why they banned Dr. Disrespect, and to see if we'll ever know why it happened. Dr. Disrespect says nothing of use, except just he was banned. It's Dr. Disrespect just says, hey, I'll tell you what you already know. Not super helpful to clear the air as to why it happened. Maybe I don't need to know. You know, as long as you're not like a murderer. As long as you didn't murder anyone, like Twitch tried to murder your channel all of a sudden. That's really all we need to know. Dr. Disrespect has this exclusive interview with PC Gamer. PC Gamer is a pretty good outlet. I don't understand why it's an exclusive interview and why he's only talking to one person, which is why it kind of seems like marketing to me. However, I'm going to choose this one moment in my life not to be cynical and try to embrace optimism for what it is and not remember it's 2020. Starts out saying 3 weeks ago, Twitch banned Guy Beam, Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest streamers on the platform. The period of silence has followed his ban from Dr. Disrespect, and the insiders who claim to know the real reason why he was expelled only made the situation more strange, and that vacuum of information, speculation, and theories as to the reason why have run rampant on social media. Yes, and it could have been curbed by almost anyone. Specifically Twitch. I think that they have the more ethical responsibility to disclose why they're banning someone like this. It's almost been 3 weeks since you were banned from Twitch. I imagine that's been very frustrating. I would love to start with just hearing what's been happening behind the scenes with you. What's been going on these past 3 weeks? Dr. Disrespect says, sure. Well, I mean with a lot of stuff. Sorry. Dr. Disrespect says, sure. I mean, well, a lot of stuff, obviously. You know, while it's unfortunate that I'm off Twitch, we're definitely working behind the scenes on what a doctor return might look like. In terms of the specific around that, we're not interested in exclusive at this point. We're exploring our options and honestly, just can't wait to get back into character soon. We have a lot to do, and I'll be wherever fans want me to be. And you know, that's been our approach. We can see that he's not going to go exclusively with anyone. He's going to take this opportunity to rebrand, and yeah, 3 sounds like a badass vacation. Like, I guess you got banned by Twitch. Now time for you to enjoy your millions of dollars, your Ferraris. Like, and again, look at the hair. Like, you know he's gonna have a good time. When you say you're not interested in exclusive, can you clarify that? He then says, well, let's just say all the cards are on the table. I'm more focused on just making sure whatever we do next, whether it's a platform move or not, that it's the right decision for the community and the Champions Club that follows me. And that makes sense to what I might want to accomplish with this character in terms of taking things to the next level. And whether it's streaming or outside of streaming, it's just being conscientious of that decision. And it is interesting also to note that he's trying to just get bigger, given your connection that you have with your audience, how important this is. I'm sure you can appreciate there's been a lot of concern and worry over the past few weeks. Why didn't you give people an update just to say hi, even if you had nothing really concrete to say? Well, to be honest, okay, so we got the news, you know. It was completely ... ellipses. It was a total shock. Imagine going to work one day and the door's closed and you can't get inside and you've been told that you were fired and you weren't given a reason why, you know? And so, for me, it was just an initial shock. The way I discovered it, too, was I was on a buddy stream. and some of the features started turning off while I was just in the chat and everything. And then all of a sudden, social media was blowing up. I got on the call with my team, and after one quick email, it was all over. At that particular moment, it was more of just kind of shocked, like, what just happened, you know? And both my wife and I are just like, what's going on? So that's kind of how things kind of went down. And then from there, you're sort of just digesting it. You're still not getting any answers. So that's kind of why I had ... I wouldn't have known what to say, you know? We just put out the one tweet, our statement, and that's kind of where things are. So to glean from this, I can see that he's being very careful. It just seems like there could be a lawsuit or some kind of legal action that's taken against Twitch, and he's clearly working with lawyers because, yeah, it would be kind of upsetting to go to work one day, be fired, not be told why. Especially if you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, you know? Yeah, I think I would also be a little cautious about what I said. And Twitch has just cut off contact with you. They've never provided you a reason for the ban. His answer, yeah. PC Gamer replies pretty logically, that seems crazy to me. To ban one of its most famous popular streamers and then not even tell what they did wrong? DrDisrespect replies, yeah, that's kind of the mind-blowing part about all of this. Obviously, for legal counsel, I have to be careful here. But I can say, however, that I will not be returning to Twitch. So, I mean, that's it. Sure, I'm not a famous streamer, but if I was a famous streamer and I got banned for no reason, especially considering the character and who he is, I think my response would be to get on social media and shout from the rooftops. Be like, hey, this is really unfair. I'm curious, why haven't you done that? Well, I mean, I've been trying to take the best and most appropriate steps as possible. And there are things behind the scenes in terms from a legal standpoint that, you know, I can't, that's just where it's at. And so I don't want to go on social media and say the wrong thing or the right thing or whatever it is, we make our statement. And you know, that's where things are right now. As we build this game plan to make the doc come back, it's still kind of in the works in terms of what the vision will look like. I'm working with my creative team, the graphics, going and taking the whole doc 3.0 experience to the next level. And so that's where my focus is now. So are you able to confirm that legal action is taking place? You're taking legal action against Twitch? DrDisrespect, we are considering taking legal action. PC Gamer, why do you think you might, if ever, have a definitive answer as to the reason why you were banned? DrDisrespect, honestly, we don't know. PC Gamer reporter on this is actually pretty good. He's asking some kind of tough to answer questions. Even on your last stream, you were talking about David Icke and his documentary. I'm curious in bringing up those thoughts, and I think it's okay to call them controversial. Did that ever result in Twitch saying anything to you or warning you? DrDisrespect says, no. PC Gamer says, so you don't think that might be the cause? DrDisrespect says, I don't think so. In fact, and then at this point in time, he gets cut off by the publicist. The publicist, who's also on the phone call, says, we're getting really close to dangerous territory. So, you know, Doc, you don't know why Twitch banned him, and there's no formal warnings or reprimand on record. That's all legal is going to say, let him say. That's all legal is going to let him say. Okay, so does seem like there's some legal entanglement at this point in time. Then at that point in time, they talked about the reboot, what he wants to do for his creative things, when he's going to come back. And honestly, I think that this is kind of the perfect opportunity for him to come back, and you can tie that into a lot of just his brand. Like, you know, a total 80s montage of him training in the woods after getting banned. They could definitely create something like that. People really latched on to analyze the few minutes of Doc being on Twitch and signing off because it seemed out of character. You're watching those clips and then you change your sudden tones, you're able to tell me what happened. This is what happens when you don't answer your questions, Twitch. This is why you need to be clear and transparent. It's your responsibility, Twitch. I've seen all types of theories and speculations out there, and it's gut-wrenching and disheartening, but in terms of this particular piece, I could speak directly to, that was just ... I was in a moment where I was just sort of talking and what's going on in the world, you know? If people had context of that clip going into it, then coming out of it, I was talking about the state of the world, what we're dealing with protests, the coronavirus, and everything that's just happening. And at the particular moment, I think that just kind of going through, you know, what we can call break the spunk of 2020, it was just me being real on stream, and that's pretty much the context of that. And then he says, is it pretty normal for you to break character? And then DrDisrespect says, yes, I would say so. Whether it's a personal story, it could be related to my daughter or sports, growing up, I will sometimes step out of the fictional world of the Doctor. just so I can tell a more human side story or a personal story, and then I'll be right back into character. Every once in a while, I'll do that. He tries to stop some of the speculation because Twitch won't, which is kind of hard when you have a lawyer telling you not to probably say anything. It's probably really, his publicist is probably sweating pretty fucking hard. It's like, oh, don't say anything. Don't do it. Don't say anything. Don't, you know, just like the whole time in his ear. The end of the interview, it finally comes down. One facet of the story is, I'm sure you're aware of this, there are people coming forward saying they know the reason you're banned. For example, Rod Slasher, Breadslow, was on a stream yesterday saying he knows why you're banned and doesn't want to say it because he fears it can make him the target of a defamation lawsuit. DrDisrespect says, listen, I'm not interested in engaging any of the crazy stuff or speculation. I have a great community of loyal fans and I'm totally focused on just trying to get back to the Champions Club, delivering great entertaining content. But have you made any attempts to understand what he's talking about? Like if someone had dirt on me, even if I knew it was total BS, I would at least want to know what they thought they knew. Have you tried to contact him or any of his affiliated parties? To which DrDisrespect says no. And then the interview is over. We can glean a lot of stuff from that, and it just seems like he's not talking like someone who's about to, you know, he's looking at life in prison. He's not super worried, which makes me very happy. This is someone who enjoys his content. I'm not watching him every day, but he's just an enjoyable character, and his level of success is kind of rising the tide for everyone else's ship. He makes it so it becomes more than just someone sitting there playing video games. You can add a lot of creativity to it, and I think that it's really sad when a lot of people are kind of taking the speculation and running, and it's just, I'm trying to chase down the fan theories. I'm trying to chase down what I would consider like Garfield fanfic, because it just is spiraling. Is he going to go to Spotify? Is he going to go to Spotify? He talked to Joe Rogan's producer. Like, that's what I talked about 2 days ago. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I really wish that it didn't take him, you know, after finally being like hunted down. His publicist probably rejecting like hundreds of emails, and then this conference call where he's clearly very uncomfortable to say, hey guys, really, I'm not a monster. They banned me and they didn't tell me why. I can't really speculate on that for legal reasons, and they're, you know, he's probably gonna sue them. Like, I would sue my, you know, wrongful termination lawsuits are very common. If Twitch just did this, Thanos snapped them out of the platform, what does that mean for everyone else? 2, what does that mean for another option, another viable thing? If there's stuff like warnings and bans and temporary bans that are set up, and you do go out of your way, stick your middle finger to like one of your biggest person that you just signed a giant contract, is that just to try to get out of having to pay him because it's in the contract? You know, we don't know. And if that's really true, I'm very disappointed in Twitch, and I love their platform. Like, it's fun. It's fun to be on Twitch. I don't know, man. Why can't they just be clear and concise and report like what's happening? Like, hey, we banned our biggest streamer. It is because of X. Like, are they really just going to do the politician way to answer that question? It's ridiculous. My name is Chris, and I'm out of here. You guys have a blessed day. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment or dislike. I don't care. You know, do you have any kind of conversation you'd like to add? Would you like to have dinner sometime? Yes, I'm asking you on a date. Specifically you, Steve. Please. Please.